Taking charge of self. Taking charge yourself talks about on how you will handle your life, on how to believe in yourself. Taking charge of yourself is to live with a definite purpose and direction for your peace and also for your happiness. It also talks about on how you will handle some burdens you experience in life. All of us experience stress, especially now that we are in college, the beginning of our journey for our future. On contrary, college life is full of stress, full of challenges, especially for us students, and we experience stress. There are lots of reasons why we experience it, such as some academic responsibilities, lack of time management, and financial problems. Also, some burdens that we experience in life. Managing stress is also hard for a person who is busy for his or her personal well-being. This lesson will teach us to understand stress and coping it. Also, some life techniques to apply for our living so that we can manage some external circumstances as we experience some certain milestones. In the end of this lesson, we will recognize one's current level of stress, identify some coping techniques, demonstrate some relaxation, and realize the importance of taking charge of ourselves.
So our first lesson is, what is stress? So stress is a state of mental and emotional strain and tension resulting from a rehearsed, very demanding circumstances. An example of these circumstances are our modules, our activities, our reporting. When you think about the deadlines of these said tasks, no, it can cause stress. So it is our mental and physical response to the needs of the environment. For example, our school, what I've said earlier, those modules, it could cause stress or tasks. So not just in schools, no, that we can find stress, but it also in our homes, through a way of disagreeing with family members. Then we argue with each other, then we get stressed. So it is normal to be stressed since it is a human experience. No? All of humans experience stress. But what is more important is how we respond to stress itself. So not all stress is bad for us. In fact, it is good for our overall health. So how can stress be good? In a way that it serves as an inspiration and motivation to finish those modules and tasks, no? Because if we don't finish those in time, it can lead to a very bad example of stress.
Good morning or good afternoon, sir. My name is Vistar and I'm from Bakum 1B. So my assigned report is three kinds of stress. The first one is eustress, the second one is neustress, and the third one is distress. So eustress, it is regarded as beneficial stress, so ito ay itinuturing na kapaki-pakinabang na stress. So a result of an activity or ito ay resulta sa isang kaganapan o aktibidad na nagbibigay inspirasyon o nag-uudyok sa iyo. So, ang example nito, sir, is promotion, graduation, competition, victory, at iba pa. So, the second one is eustress. So, eustress ay a harmless stress o isang hindi nakakapinsalang stress. Isang sensory stimulation na hindi direktang nakakaapekto sa individual. Halimbawa nito, sir, ay isang bagong kwentong tungkol sa isang insidente. So, ang pasabot ani sir kay kuan siya, sir, bagong kwento pa lang siya na tungkol sa isang insidente. The third one is distress. So, distress ay sitwasyon o aksyon na sa tingin mo ay makakapinsala, negative o nagbabanta. So, example nito, sir, ay disiplina, pinsala, at mga hamon sa trabaho.
What are stressors? Stressors are the causes of stress. Stressors can be formed into situations, activities, or even individuals that can give you mental or emotional strain. Stressor is a challenging and a threatening situation that can cause exhaustion to a individual. So there are two types of stressors, the good stressors and the bad stressors. Good stressors, this can make you feel both nervous or excited. For example, you are at the interview of the job you are applying with. So, you feel nervous yet excited, and that can lead to anxiety in a good way. So, bad stressors is that the bad stressors can make you feel angry, petrified, drained, or depressed. For example, you are broken-hearted, then you have many lots of academic tasks to do, and that can give you stress. So those are the causes of your stress that are called stressors. Those person that who gets easily stressed, that they tend to handle the external and internal circumstances on their own, are prone to stress, and they are prone also to depression because high level of stress can lead to a serious mental health problem.
So, as I continue the discussion, before we proceed to the types of coping with stress, let me first define and explain to you what is coping. So, coping refers to the strategies you use to deal with real or imagined problems to protect yourself against negative emotions. It refers to adaptive strategies you employ in an attempt to reduce stress. It helps you control your reactions and continue with your daily activities. Coping involves putting in conscious effort to minimize or tolerate stress. So, coping is figuring out ways to deal with our challenges and problems. It is the way that we adjust to the difficulties or disappointments that come our way. This protects us against negative emotions such as anger, sadness, loneliness, fear, and etc. A coping strategy is a method used to make ourselves feel better when we experience emotional challenges or difficult situations. So, in summary, making an intentional attempt to reduce or tolerate stress is part of coping.
Good day, sir. I am Chelsea Jane Valentos from Bakum 1B. So today, let's continue our discussion report. Problem-focused coping. So what is problem-focused coping? It targets on controlling or changing the source of stress. Tinatalakay nito ang mga pagpagkukunan na praktikal na paraan. Okay, so what is focused coping? Okay, so problem-focused it includes all the efforts to manage stressful situations and alter a troubled person environment relationship to modify or eliminate the sources of stress via individual behavior. So, strategies or diskarte sa pagatubang ng mga problema ha. Number 1 is time management. So, kini siya is kailangan kaayo nato ni, especially sa atong sarili. Ikaduha, getting relevant social support. Next is emotion-focused coping. It involves lowering it, not eliminating negative emotional response. Muna siyang kanaganing daw na kay kasi mong sarili tapos hindi inaalis ang negatibong emosyonal. It is an option when the source of stress is external or beyond the person's control. Muna siya ay option kung ang pinagmumulan ng stress panlabas o lampas ng kontrol ng tao. The strategies include distraction, talking out or verbalizing your problem, prayer or meditation.
Hi, I'm Carla Tamondong. My topic will be about the other types of coping with stress, cognitive coping, and behavioral focused coping. First, let's discuss cognitive coping. It involves a conscious intellectual activity of managing stressful situations. You use your mind to combat stress-inducing thoughts. Speaking of cognitive kay involved ni siya sa mga intellectual activity. Intellectual activities such as thinking, reasoning, remembering. In short, we use our mind or ginagamit ato atong isip. So, unsa ning cognitive coping? Cognitive coping, any strategy in which a person uses mental activity to manage a stressful event or situation. Like, paano na to i-handle ang usa ka bagay in a positive way. Iyang mga strategy including reframing. Reframing is magunaw na og positibo instead of mga dili maayong butang. Bali kani manggoy siya ang style ani kay kumbaga positive siya ba. Ginaput niya into a positive iyahang tan-aw or perspective. Changing negative thinking. Kanang like naa siya sa difficult situation. Nagkalisod, di ba? May stress tagunaw na. Still manatiling positibo. And finding ways to solve the problem or to seek understanding of the problem or situation. Ginapasabot niya o ginapangitaan o pamaagi ang mga butang-butang. Positive self-talk. Di ba unsahay makasulti tag negative or lain na istorya sa ato ang kaugalingon? And isaan na reason kay tungod sa atong insecurities, failure sa kinabuhi, na maging hinungdan na mawalan tag confidence sa atong sarili. But if sanayon nato itong sarili na maging positibo ato ang hunahuna, like down ta but tina-cheer up nato to ang sarili, like kaya nato ni, positibo ang pananaw sa life o love yourself, like tanggap nimo imong sarili wholeheartedly. And by that, mabil nato ang confidence sa sarili. So, kaninya na style of coping generally are considered more effective than others, being associated with more positive psychological outcomes. Last, behavioral focused coping. Okay, deals with stress by taking action to modify behavior. Okay, like na which is sa katao ginamodify niya yung action or gina-change niya yung action. Daghan sad og forms and examples ang behavioral. Okay, like psychological exercise, relaxation techniques, breathing exercises, laughter, time management, social support, and seeking professional help. Okay, like example ani like kanang mag-seek support from friends or mangayo og tabang sa uban or gina-direct din ang solve ang isa ka problema. Like, we find ways na mawala ato ang problema by doing something we love like magkanta or magsulat para ma-release lang ato ang stress.
So here are some stress management tips. So number one, keep a positive attitude. Always remember na the three positive attitude. No, we have PMA, positive mental attitude. No, that is murag ako ang theme sa akong life to avoid a lot of stress in situations. No, so number two, accept that there are events that you cannot control. No, always have the mentality na it is what it is. No, so gina-follow na ko siya kung unsa tong event na mag-unfold, it is what it is. No, say reject ka, it is what it is, part. So be assertive instead of aggressive. Learn to share your opinions to your group mates, no, in discussions, and do not be angered in their opinion. Ilahan ng opinion, no, wala tayo mabuhat na mo na ilahang bilis. So learn and practice relaxation techniques, no. Learn yoga and tai chi for stress management. Murag, give yourself some reward after you've done mga task, no. Maybe take some yoga classes kana, pero chill lang good, like chill. So next is exercise regularly, so your body can fight stress with better when it is fit, no. So we can have ourselves, no, to be fit. So kanang mga high blood, no, kanang taas ng dugo, maglisod yun na sila og fight, no, kasi since high blood yun sila, murag dali na sila ma-hunger. So next is eat healthy, well-balanced meal, no. So eat vegetables and have protein at the same time, no. So vegetables with protein, no. Protein is meat and eggs and things like that. So isa na po siya sa mga things na less of stress and keep your body healthy. So learn to manage your time more effectively, no? Give yourself some rest time. Pero not all the time mag-rest kita, usahay mag-work kita. Pero dili po usahay na magsige po tag-work, no? Not all the time na magsige tag-work. Night time na kailangan kita mag-rest to avoid stress. So set limits appropriately and learn to say no to requests that would create more excessive stress, no? So learn to avoid sa mga tao sa ilang request, no, na makagive pa o kakapoy sa tua. So next is make time for hobbies, no, interest and relaxation. Like what I've said earlier, na tagaan ato ang self og reward sa ato ang ipang buhat, no. Pag umantag module, no, ako ang mag-Dota jugulit, so that is my go-to game, no, pag mag-stress. Pag mag-stress, kay ang Dota po maka-stress po na. Pero lingaw siya ang stress, no? It is a very rewarding stress when you win Dota. So next is get enough rest and sleep. Your body needs time to recover from stressful events, no? Like what I've said, no? Not all the time magsige tag sleep, pero give ourselves a time to rest, no? Dili lang jud ta magsige pag sleep. Kay pagtulog na to ugma deadline na di ay. So lisod pod. So kani, next is don't rely on alcohol and drugs or compulsive behaviors to reduce stress, no? Pero sometimes I rely on alcohol para maka-chill, no? So dili na ko mga tik, I rely on alcohol para maka-chill na jud. So seek out social support and spend enough time with those you enjoy. So I enjoy a time with my family and kanang ilahang mga friends pud nako. That is where alcohol comes in, no, with friends. So next is seek treatment with a psychologist or other mental health professional trained in stress management and give feedback techniques to learn healthy way of dealing with stress in our life, no. So kana mga psychologist guys, maminaw jud na sila sa tuwa, no, and give us tips on how to control our stress in our life, no. So that would be all for me, and thank you for listening.
This topic helps me improve my self-understanding in the way that I learned on how to cope up those stress that I suffer with. I apply those techniques that I've learned about, and it taught me on how to be superior and to take charge of yourself in order to avoid those mental health problems that could affect my studies and how to cope up the burdens that I experience right now. This topic helps me to become a better version of me as it taught me on how to handle those certain milestones that I experience with, and it improves my self-understanding on how to cope up my external and internal circumstances, and it gives me the understanding and the thought to become a better version of myself.